Hi everyone, welcome to my plant channel. My name is Dana. This is my dog Gunner. You may have came from my Dana and Dogs channel, and if you have, it's nice seeing you here. But the odds are you are probably new, and I just want to welcome you here and maybe invite you to check out my channel where I do more stuff with Gunner, my dog. Anyway, this is my first video on this channel, and it's going to be kind of like an introduction video. So it's going to be a tour of my plants. I'm not going to talk too much about care or anything, but if you do have any questions to care for any of the plants or any video ideas or suggestions at all, please let me know, because I would definitely love to take your suggestions and just interact with this audience. But other than that, I will just get into it. I just want to thank you for subscribing, liking, and make sure to check out my other channels that are in the bio down below, and maybe even my plant Instagram and my dog Instagrams. But other than that, I will get right into the tour and just show you the plants that I have and just say some stuff about them. Alright, so this area is by a west-facing window, so I will start with my hanging plants up here. So first off is my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. It is definitely one of my favorite plants and is growing so fast. During wintertime, it put out kind of like this bare area here, and I was kind of worried about what was going on. But as you can tell, it is doing better. The one thing is, it needs to be watered like every other day, so that's kind of annoying, but also it's understandable. Definitely going to have to repot this plant like this summertime. Then I have my string of pearls, which wasn't doing too well, but is now doing a lot better. You can see a lot of dead stuff, but now it is growing a bunch, and I'm really happy. It's a very pretty plant. Then this is another one of my very favorite plants. It is my string of dolphins, which is doing so well for me. It is just amazing. A stunning plant. It's so easy to care for. I was so scared to have this plant when I first got it because I was like, I'm gonna kill it. It's just so exciting. It's the easiest out of all of the stringing plants that I've had so far, and I've had the string of bananas, string of dolphins, and string of pearls. But alright, so those are my three hanging plants. Then over here, I have this hybrid cactus, which is probably my favorite cactus in my collection. I'll show you the name of it. I'm not going to be able to name a lot of my cactus and succulents because their names are difficult, and I just don't know a lot of the names, and I don't want to give you guys the wrong information. But if you guys know, please let me know in the comments. This is a baby monstera that I have. This is a baby Monstera Adansonii that I have. Oh, that's a Deliciosa baby. This one, Adansonii. But look at how many holes its newest leaves have. That's so pretty. So cool. Then this is my Glacier Pothos. It is very stunning. I adore this plant. My favorite pothos. And then here is my Marble Queen Pothos, who I just recently trimmed back, but she's already putting out new shoots like crazy. So that's very exciting. But yeah, I'm hoping I can get some more cuttings of this strand right here where like the super white leaves are, and then have a Snow Queen Pothos variety, which is basically an over variegated Marble Queen Pothos. But that would be cool. Alright. Anyway, here is my Lemon Lime Upright Philodendron, also known as the Golden Goddess Philodendron. This is my Philodendron Brazil, who I also recently trimmed back, and it's just starting to put out little shoots too. Like right there, there. But yeah, it is amazing. It is such a fast grower for me. Its leaves are so big. Also, I will say, I'm going to stake up this plant, this plant, this plant, and I need to stake up this one once I repot it, because It's going crazy. Here is my green spider plant that I got from one of my high school teachers and has grown immensely. This is my Mamie Crotian, and it was one of the first plants I got in my collection because I didn't know that these were such a pain to care for. It ended up with one leaf left, and I was able to save it, and now it looks like this. So yeah. Then here is my Monstera deliciosa, who is starting to put out some fenestrated leaves. This is one of its newest leaves besides this one right here. It's not going to be fenestrated. I peeked. I'm very upset. But hopefully in the future she will grow more of these types of leaves. And then this shelf is far-ish away from a south-facing window and my west-facing window. So they're still getting sunlight, but it's just farther away. Here is my aloe. I have not had it for super long, but it's been putting out a lot of new growth for me. This is new, and that's new, and all of this is new. So that's pretty cool. Here is my snake plant, and it is putting out new leaves galore. This is new. And then this leaf is new, and it also has a little one forming way down there. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. But yeah, so lots of new stuff happening with the snake plant, which is weird because I used to have it right next to a south-facing window. It wasn't doing anything, and I moved it here. Now it decides to grow. Anyway, here's my cotton candy bromeliad. I do not know a lot about bromeliads, but it's chilling. It hasn't died yet. It hasn't also grown at all either, but I got it on clearance for like $1, so it won't be like the saddest story if it passes, but obviously we don't want that. Anyway, here's my Sansevieria cylindrica, and it's putting out some new stuff too. I don't know why that one isn't very cylinder shaped, so we'll see what happens there, but either way, regardless, very cool. This is either my ruby rubber tree or a Taneki. I'm not sure which one, so you guys will have to help me out, because it does have like these pinky new leaves, but then this is the leaves when they're full grown. So I'm thinking it's a Taneki, but when I first got it, I thought it was a ruby, so we'll see. This is my ZZ plant, who over the winter put out like 3 new tubers, I believe, which was pretty cool. There's another snake plant over there. I'm not sure what that one's called. And then here is my Petra Crotian, and this is one of the plants that I had since I first started collecting plants. Obviously, I need to dust off those leaves. That's oof. Oof. Anyway, but she has put out a lot of new growth. Yeah, she lost a fair amount of leaves, but all of the leaves that aren't really stressed out are new since I had her, but it took her like 1.5 years to start growing. So not a lot of considerable, noticeable things. But regardless, you know, we got new stuff going on, so that's pretty cool. This is like my plant rehab area. This guy had mealybugs in the soil, so I had to chop him up because he was dying. So that's what happened to my string of bananas, but looks like he's doing better now, and hopefully soon I'll be able to repot him because he does have some nice roots going in there. You can't really see though because I won't focus on that, but this is my Philodendron Hope, and when I got it, it had so many of those green beads. The water would just go through and wouldn't linger at all on this plant, and I'm pretty sure that it was way over-fertilized, so it got fried, and I repotted it, and it's putting out some new stuff, but it's very small, so hopefully it's on the road to recovery. This is my Tradescantia, the normal variety, and it is not going to recover because all of the ends are fried. During wintertime, I had it too close to the window and it got too cold. So I thought I could save it by propagating it, but no such luck. But I'll be fine. It's not like a super crazy plant. Up here, I have 2 spider plants and then also a pup from my snake plant. And it's doing really well. But these guys don't get watered very often, so that's why they're kind of crispy. This is my heartleaf philodendron that I took some cuttings from, but it put out lots of new growth since then, so that's pretty cool. I don't think this one has a new growth point though yet, but I'm sure she's working on it. This is one of my little cactus, and my cat claw cactus, I believe that one is, and then my golden pothos, which I know it says $7.94, but I got it on clearance for, yeah, $3 and saved it, so kind of a steal in my book. But yeah, this is kind of reverted though, so I might have to chop that off. But honestly, I don't really mind. Golden pothos is kind of like the meh pothos. It's nice to have, but it's nothing crazy. Now here's my least favorite pothos, the Manjula pothos. I hate it. I despise it, but other people like it, so she's here to stay, I guess. Now I get where people are coming from when they say they like it, but this is the slowest pothos I've ever encountered. And I also got this plant on clearance because it was overwatered, so that's why the stalks are so bare and naked. That's all from overwatering. But I've had this plant for about a year, and these are the first new growth things that I've had, besides like in the way back. I think those two are new. But that's literally all that's happened so far. So yeah, that's awesome because you can tell all of these were browned because of the overwatering as well. Oh, here's some new stuff too, but literally nothing considerable. Like, it's a pothos and I've had it for a year and it has not changed literally at all. The slowest pothos I've ever had. Anyway, here's my Pilea Peperum Whitey Eyes, and it is putting out a new pup back there. But I just don't know how to keep this plant happy, you guys, like, honestly. And then there's my polka dot plant who needs to be watered, but I've just grown weary of this plant, honestly. It was one of the first plants that I had in my collection, but it's just, I don't know. Like, there's nothing really eye-catching about this plant, and nothing really that considerable about it, and it's just kind of been always meh in health, if that makes sense. Like, it's never been thriving, but never been dying. So I'll see what happens to that guy. Anyhow, here is another one of my spider plants, the only one that's actually doing what I wanted to do, but unfortunately, one time, I left my door open, and my cat came in my room and ate off everything, so that's awesome. Really appreciate that, but yeah, at least its babies are doing well. But yeah, my cat is not allowed in my room for obvious reasons. Then here's a bunch of my cacti. That one is really prickly. This one is not as prickly. And that's my bear paw succulent that's doing all right. Then that's, I forget what that one's called, but I love how fuzzy it is. And then this cactus is really funky, if I can show you a better view. Look at that. How weird is that? And then behind it is a zebra Harworthia. And then this is my blushing bride Tradescantia. And I think when my other Tradescantia passes, this guy will be taking its pot. Alright, here are some cuttings. Here are some African violet cuttings. And you can see they're putting out new baby leaves. How cute! And then I have some Philodendron Brazil cuttings. Oh, sorry. I'm jumping around, but I will say I also want to stake up this guy, and this guy too, to encourage those big leaves. Anyway, this is my Monstera Peru cutting, which I am super duper excited about. This is my favorite Monstera ever. That's, like, out of all of them, I think. So, super glad to have that one in my collection. Here's my stunning, gorgeous, amazing African violet. It is so pretty. I accidentally got it a little scorched though, but it'll pass. Here is my firecracker aglaonemia that I got from my uncle. I'm pretty sure he had it outside when he was in his care, so that's from the outside. But it has just been growing and growing and growing for me. And back there is my Hoya Crimson Princess. This is my Hoya Crimson Queen, who is doing amazing, and she's pushing out some new growth back there. I love her pretty, pretty white leaves. They're like pink right now, not even white. They're gorgeous. And then I'm not going to move it because I'm pretty sure it's attached to things. But back there you can see my string of hearts. And I'm also propagating more of the string of hearts so I can have a more full pot of it. And I actually moved it because the top was getting so bare because it wasn't getting light on the top, and now it's putting out, that's new, like that didn't even exist on anything, so that's really cool. Over here is my philodendron Birkin, which is a lot of, like, people have a lot of mixed feelings towards this plant. I personally love it because its leaves are like waxy almost, and they're super thick, and it's such a fast growing plant. But I know people don't like it because, as you can tell, as the leaves mature, the variegation does start to fade, which to a lot of people is like a no-go because people just love plants that don't have chlorophyll. You can see the progression of the plant. Like, yeah, I can remember when this leaf was brand new, and now look at it, it's almost like a mature, hardened off leaf, which is super cool to me. Anyway, this is now my last plant, and she is the showstopper. This is my mature Monstera adansonii. I adore her. We've been through some ups and downs when I got her. She was super root bound, and I did not know that. And because of that, she lost a couple leaves here and there. I think this is the last of the ones that might be yellowing back here. But also because of that, when she was putting out new leaves, they'd get stuck and then ripped off. So here's some funky looking leaves from that. I think there's one back. Yep, here's another one right there too. But now I think she's on the road to recovery, and I've been misting her because I'm hoping that'll help the leaves not be stuck. And I so want to stake up this plant as well. But before I mess with her more, I'm just gonna let her adjust, get a little more, you know, used to this pot, and then from there I will stake her up. And also I need to find something strong enough to stake her up because she is big, and I don't want to make a moss pole or get a moss pole because I've just heard a lot of mixed things about them, and I don't know. I have a woods, so I can just go to my woods and like get a branch if I really need to. But yeah, that is it of my houseplants. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you will stick around for more planty content. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!